El Muerto is a very obscure Spider-Man villain created by writer Peter David and artist Roger Cruz, only appearing in 2 issues of Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man back in the mid-2000s. It's not very often I look at characters with so few comic book appearances like this one. It was only a matter of time before I got to El Muerto, though, as he combines my love of comics with my love of professional wrestling. El Muerto, the Dead, is the name taken on by each in a long line of masked wrestlers who wear mystical masks that grant them superhuman abilities. Juan Carlos Sanchez had it passed down to him by his father and trainer Marcus Estrada de la Garcia. In order for an El Muerto to keep their mask and the ancestral power it contains, they must engage in a ritual battle against a supernatural luchador named El Dorado, the Golden. Sanchez would refuse to become El Muerto, though, as he was afraid of the power and what he had to do to keep it. El Dorado would deem Sanchez's life forfeit and attempt to kill him. His father stepped in to protect his son, only to have his head torn from his body. With the title of El Muerto forced upon him, Sanchez would be given 10 years to prepare himself before facing El Dorado once again. A decade later, Sanchez would go to New York and challenge Spider-Man to a wrestling match to test his skills. Spidey would not be allowed to utilize his web shooters, and the bout itself would be promoted by J. Jonah Jameson and the Daily Bugle, because why the fuck wouldn't it be? El Muerto's mask imbues him with superhuman speed and strength. He's able to lift several tons, making him quite the opponent for Spider-Man in the ring. Upon the Wallcrawler's defeat, El Muerto plans on removing the hero's mask and revealing his identity to the world. This is brilliant because Peter Parker's mask means as much to him as the masks do to the luchadors in Mexico. It's a sacred disguise. Losing it means losing a part of yourself. When El Muerto has Spidey pinned down and seemingly beaten, a poisonous stinger is inadvertently released from Peter's Iron Spider armor, which stabs into El Muerto's quadriceps, and the match ends by disqualification, to the disappointment of the crowd and JJJ, who you bet your ass was sitting front row seat to witness Spider-Man's defeat. El Muerto would be taken to the hospital by Spidey. There, in his room, he is visited by El Dorado, as if he's the Grim Reaper of masked wrestlers. We get a full look at him now, with his red cape, gold outfit, and sun insignia on his chest. Sanchez says El Dorado has come to kill him. Jonah walks right up into the grill of the strange entity and calls him a gold-plated garbanzo. The balls on this guy. He asks him if he has any idea who he is, and proclaims the pen mightier than the sword, at which point El Dorado pulls out 2 rapiers. Oh shit. Spider-Man stands between El Dorado and El Muerto. He begins fighting the mysterious gold-clad luchador through the halls and floors of the hospital. One thing we never find out is who or what El Dorado actually is. Is he some kind of lucha libre deity? Is he just an immortal dude with superpowers and too much time on his hands, who has an affinity for wrestling? How and why did this pact for a superpowered mask come to be in the first place? And are there more masks than just the one El Muerto wears? If so, do they all have different powers? That'd be cool. While Spider-Man battles with El Dorado, El Muerto has enough time to regain his strength and blindsides him. Creating a regent in the hospital's laboratory, Spider-Man is able to dissolve El Dorado's suit, exposing his bare chest so that a few devastating shots can be landed on him. Though he is defeated, El Dorado's body vanishes. So is he mortal? Is he some supernatural force? Who knows? We may never know. El Muerto is virtually non-existent within the Marvel Universe, having appeared so few times and leaving behind a lot more questions than answers regarding his magical mask and that curious golden luchador figure that stalks him. There's a lot to like about the character though, his design, his showmanship in the ring. It's just a shame we haven't seen more of him. Without a whole lot to go off of, the villain is rather forgettable. Again, though, I admire its attempt to bring pro wrestling and comic books together, two of my many passions. I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope you got something out of it. If there are any villains you'd like me to break down in the future and fast-track them to the front of the line, you can nominate them over on my Patreon page. I thank you in advance for any and all support. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hit that bell icon for notifications, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care and stay nerdy.